In this episode, I'm here with Ian Hart, the creator of EarthFit Training Systems and co-creator of MyBackPainCoach.com and BackPainReliefForLife.com. EarthFit has 3 locations and over $4.4 million in sales with less than 6 employees. And Ian has been featured as an expert in Men's Health Magazine, Self Magazine, Fox News, New York One News, and many other media and publications. And today, we're going to talk about how to get your prospects to sell themselves to make your life easier. Growing a small business isn't easy, and to be successful, we know 3 things for sure. You have to work hard, you have to be bold, and you must constantly learn. We're gathering some of the best minds in the business world to share their ideas and strategies with you so you can grow your business easier, be more profitable, and have a lot more fun being a business owner. We're on a mission to connect the world of wellness, and this is the Mind, Body, Bold Show. Ian, are you ready to be bold?
I'm ready. Thanks
All
for
right,
having
so
me.
when you say get your prospects to sell themselves, how do you even get people to start doing that? Because usually that means eliminating all the sales stuff.
Right, so there's a simple system that you can use, right? Like there's templates I have. But before we even get into the templates of this is actually the simple part. The hard work has to be done first.
Okay.
And the hard work is having a business or a product or service that is amazing and it's awesome. And so the first step is actually to survey your clients and to find out how awesome is your service and product. There is a book called The Ultimate Question.
Okay.
And I advise almost every business person to use this ultimate question because it gives you an idea of where you stand. And basically the question is, and they've studied that this question gives it all to you, and it's how likely are you to refer your product or service to your friends and family?
Like the Net Promoter Score.
Exactly,
Right.
That's exactly what it is.
Okay.
So it's the Net Promoter, and so you have 0 to 10, right? And 10 being the most likely, 0 being least likely. If they're a 9 or 10, right, they're your promoters.
Okay.
0 to 6 is detractors,
Okay.
right? In between that are passive.
Okay.
You have to make sure that you're in the 9 or 10,
Okay.
right? And so that's going to make everybody's life easier because if it's not, then your business is a revolving door and life sucks.
And there's actual software out there now for Net Promoter Score where you can use companies like SurveyMonkey or some other companies where you can send all of your customers at once this one email that has one question in it that asks that, right?
Exactly.
And then depending on what they click, it'll take them to a different thing.
Right.
Right?
Follow-up question.
A follow-up question. So if it's like 0 through 6, what could we have done to make it better? If it's 9 or 10, maybe it'll take them to a site where they can review you, or maybe something where they can set up a call to thank you, or something, whatever you want the next thing to be.
Right.
But that can change depending on that.
Right.
Right? That's pretty cool. So let's talk about selling in the first place. You may think, is selling a bad idea in the first place to begin with?
Yes, because people hate to be sold.
Okay.
So this is my experience. I started out in New York City. I worked for large corporate gyms. I had the marketing machine behind me.
Okay.
We had members, so it was easy to sell it to people, right? We just asked them to do an assessment, free assessment. When I started my own business and people would walk through the door and they'd ask these questions, how much is your service? What's different about your service? Blah, 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 blah. They're putting you in a trap.
Right.
They're trapping you because guess what? They don't want to hear your answer because as soon as you start selling them, that's it. They shut down. It becomes a threat.
Right.
Alarm bells go off. So I would say things like, oh, we have the best this, that, and the other thing, and then they'd shut down. So we flip it on them. We ask them questions that automatically make them assume that we have the solution just by asking them the questions. Okay. So if you want, I can break them down for you real simple.
I would absolutely love that.
All right, so simple questions. And this, you can be adapted for pretty much any business, except maybe the retail business. But essentially, it's what's your main goal and what are you looking to achieve?
Okay.
For my business, for example, it'd be I'm looking to lose 50 pounds.
Okay.
Okay. What's the biggest challenge with trying to lose 50 pounds on your own?
Okay.
So now, psychologically, they're answering why they need me.
Right.
And the need is, well, I don't have time, I don't have the energy, I don't have the money, I don't have the know-how. Okay, great. So say we were able to get you to lose 50 pounds, right? Before that, actually, there's a better question. Say you were training with me for 6 months to a year, what would you like to see happen? Now they have to create a vision. Before anything happens in reality, they have to create the vision. And now emotions start to build up. They start to get inspired. Well, I want to wear a 2-piece bikini. I want to look lean, toned, attractive, and they have to literally visualize it to answer the question.
Right.
And then from there, say we were able to get you to lose 50 pounds. You had more energy. You felt stronger. How would that change things for you? How would that make you feel? Now that question is actually the real reason why they come to your business, right? And that being, they want to be happier, more confidence, more self-esteem, and really that's the main thing that people are looking to achieve. But here's the thing, we ask those questions to screen them,
right?
Because every business should have a niche, right? They should have a target that they're looking for. And so we know who we're looking for, and so we know the answers that we're looking for. And so if they're a good fit, all right, so the first question is, the first thing we should say, I should back that up. If someone comes into the door, I say to them, the first thing to them we say is, we ask a few questions to make sure you're a good fit for the program. Do you have a few minutes now? And then we ask those questions so that we're phrasing it in the right mindset.
Right.
And then once they answer the questions, we'd say, based on the information, I think you'd be a good fit for the program. Or, you know what, maybe this program's not for you. You might be better with a gym membership, right? We do personal training. So maybe just a gym membership would be ideal for you because you're not a good fit. So now we know if we have someone who's in alignment with our mission and they're on the first step to being a promoter.
Right.
So now we can fill in and align them with their goals throughout our funnel.
You know, one thing that I like that you said, and for those of you watching, listening, make sure you pay attention to this too. What Ian has done really well is you've built questions that start triggering emotion. And emotions sell. The gut makes the buying decision, right? I've been a student of sales for a long time. It's my favorite thing to study. And I think a lot of mistakes that people make is they start rationalizing and they start selling to the mind, right? So a trainer or a fitness studio may say, we're going to create workout plans for you. We're going to, do meal plans. We're going to do measurements. We're going to do this. We're going to do that. And all that on paper makes sense, right? But how many times have you been in a position where everything on paper makes sense, but it doesn't feel right, so you don't do it?
Exactly.
Or vice versa. How many times has things on paper not really made that much sense, but because you felt like you should do it, you went and did it anyway?
Right.
So if you can sell to the gut, and by doing what Ian's talking about, driving emotion, getting them to paint a picture as to where they want to be after they've already painted a picture as to why they can't do it themselves, now it's a lot easier to get the prospect to start selling himself.
One other question that we make is optional is, what would happen if you didn't take action right now? So now they have to think about 6 months, where do they want to be? What would happen if they didn't actually take action?
So the alternate universe, kind of like what's the Christmas Carol, right? Like, hey, it could be one of these 3 things.
Exactly.
So you like to paint the picture of where they're going to be with you and also where they're going to be without you.
And just the questions add value to their life.
Right.
Because it's coaching questions, and sometimes they don't even know why they're in the door.
Right.
And so once you start asking these questions, they think, oh, that's a good question. Right. Now they have reflection.
So let's do this. Can we get in a sales pitch right now? Can you sell me?
Sure.
All right, let's do that. And so you are, I'll be whoever I am, right? So I'm a guy that's, let's say 40 pounds overweight. I want to lose it. It's been bothering me for a while. I'm in here. How did I find you in the first place? How are you generating most of your leads?
Most of it is through word of mouth.
Word of mouth,
Yeah,
okay.
because we've done that process that I just spoke about, the promoters.
You do the net promoter, so your 9s and 10s, you call them, you ask them for testimonials and for referrals.
Exactly.
Perfect. Okay, so I came to, do you do any advertising as well?
We've done very minimal, but yeah, we've done some Facebook. And
Facebook ads?
Yeah.
Okay. Let's say you found me, because I want to use Facebook ads, and the reason I want to use Facebook is because referrals are generally easier to close.
Right.
Right? So
exactly.
You get that. So what I want to do is I want to give you a little bit of a challenge. I'm not going to make it too tough, right?
Okay.
Because I'm not going to be the hardest guy. Because there's no reason for that. Let's practice the average guy. And I know what the average guy is in your industry, so I'll be that guy. Okay, I got 40 pounds to lose. It's been bothering me for a while. I found you on Facebook. Now I schedule a consult or something like that to come
Basically, people call us, email us, or walk in.
Okay.
And it's all the same system.
So I called you. Do you ask all those questions on the phone, or do you get me to come in?
Yep, we ask on the phone.
So we're on the phone right now. So Guys, I'm on the phone right now with Ian, found him on Facebook. I'm stressed out about this 40 pounds. Something tells me he may have something here. So now I call, you answer the phone. How do you answer? And let's go from there.
Hey, thank you for calling EarthFit. This is Ian.
Hey Ian, this is Mike. How are you? I saw you on Facebook, and I guess I just wanted to see if you can help me lose some of this weight.
Sure, we're a personal training facility. Is that what you're interested in?
I think so. I mean, all I know is I need to lose this weight, man. So if is that what you guys specialize in, or do you?
Yeah, we're a personal training facility. So
okay.
Yeah, if you're interested in personal training, we can move forward.
Yeah. Well, can I ask a couple questions first?
Well, the first thing we do is actually ask you a few questions to make sure you would be a good fit for the program. Do you have a few minutes right now?
Yeah, that's perfect.
Okay, great. So what was your name again?
Mike.
Mike, what's your main goal? What are you looking to achieve?
So I used to be 160 pounds, felt good there. I'm at 200 pounds now and feel like shit here. So I want to feel good and not like I do today. Okay,
so what has been the biggest challenge with trying to lose the weight on your own, feel good on your own?
I do a great job at starting a new fitness program and starting to eat healthy, but then somewhere along the line I drift away. So I just keep drifting back, and I'm just not getting it done.
Okay. And what kind of, has this caused any health issues or problems in your life?
Not like medical problems, I guess not yet. Just more of like, my knees are a little sore now. When I play basketball, I can tell that that's a problem I need to fix. And I get winded very easily. So yeah, I guess more like when I want to be active, I'm limited.
Okay, so if you didn't take action right now, like to join a training program or something, what do you think your life would look like in about 6 years?
6 years?
Or 6 months, sorry.
6 months,
yeah.
Okay, so 6 months, man, I'd like to tell you I'd figure out a way to figure it out, but based on what I've seen, I'll probably be around the same or maybe 210 pounds, somewhere around that.
Okay, so you'd slide downward.
There's a real good chance of that, Ian.
Okay. Yep. So say you were training with us 6 months to a year. What's your ideal scenario? What do you want to see happen?
So here's the thing. I don't know much about what's possible. I see people on The Biggest Loser losing like 60 pounds in a month or something or whatever.
Right.
I don't know what's supposed to happen. So if it's 6 months to a year, I just want to be healthy, man, whatever that means. So if it means being down to 160, great, but I want to be healthy.
Okay. So say we were able to get you healthy, you lost 40, 50 pounds, you felt better. How would that ultimately change things for you? Like, how would that change your life?
Yeah, I mean, well, playing basketball and not having to buy so many new clothes.
Okay. Awesome.
Those are the two things I'm stressed about.
So those are the main things?
Yep.
All right, great. So based on the information you gave me, the next step would be to set up an assessment.
Okay.
Now our assessment, we go through everything from health history, fitness history, nutrition history. I have an advanced technological machine, which is going to graph out your lean muscle mass, your body composition, basal metabolic rate, so how many calories you burn. We do a FMS, which is a functional movement screen. It's a series of movements. It gives me an understanding if you're promoting injury, if you have any asymmetrical or inefficient movement. We do a strength and endurance test, like a one-on-one training session, basically. And then flexibility, mobility test.
Oh man, I'm not flexible. I'll tell you that right now. We're gonna have problems there.
We'll see.
Okay.
Some people think that. And then at the end, I'll have a full picture of where you're at, where you're looking to go. And then I'll recommend what programs are best for you. Now the assessment itself is about $85. What times are good for you?
So it's $85 just for the assessment?
Yes.
Okay, how long is the assessment?
About an hour.
About an hour long?
Yep.
Okay, am I obligated to sign up with you after that?
Nope. So it's just the one assessment. After that, you're good to go. And during the assessment, we'll go through all the stuff I just explained. So you'll take away from it a sheet of paper that gives you all your basal metabolic rate, all the basic metrics.
Now I'm going to give you a tough question now, Ian,
okay.
on the side. There's this side note, we're in parentheses right now, because this is a question that most people hate getting.
Right.
Hate getting.
Okay.
So you ready?
Yeah.
So let's say I decide I want to move forward with you. I mean, how much is this all going to cost me afterwards?
Well, it's all based on the assessment.
Okay.
So during the assessment, I'll analyze you, and we have group training, we have one-on-one, we have long-term programs, we have short-term programs.
What's like the high-low, I guess?
Well, basically, it could be anywhere from $20 to $70 per session.
Per session? So 20 to 70? Okay.
Yeah.
And like a certain amount of sessions I need to have?
Right.
Yep.
Yeah, we do a minimum of 2 times a week.
2 times a week? Okay. So that's not that bad. Okay, cool. So it's $85. There we go. Okay, great.
Yep.
Awesome.
Yeah.
So yeah, same thing. I like that you ask all those questions. You know what I like too is that you ask those questions on the call. Sometimes people want to jump really quick to getting the book and doing that in the actual meeting.
Right.
But a lot of people get no-shows.
Yes.
And they get the no-shows because they weren't able to. The first sale is sell the meeting.
Right.
The next sale is make the sale, right? But the first sale is sell the meeting, and that's what you did.
Exactly.
So, great job.
So we do that with that purpose in mind, just like you were speaking about.
Perfect. Yeah. So you've obviously studied sales, right? What are some sales books that you've read or influencers that you follow or videos or podcasts? Where do you learn if anybody listening or watching goes, man, I kind of want to pick up on some of this stuff myself?
That's the thing. People hate to be sold, but they love to buy. Mm-hmm. That specific phrase I found in the Little Red Book when I was like, I don't know, 15 years ago this probably was. I've read Chet Holmes, The Ultimate Sales Machine. I've learned from Bedros Keuilian, Frank Kern, a lot of the copywriters I've learned from, and just a ton of information from going to seminars. Eben Pagan, actually some of those questions that I learned, that I just gave, I learned from watching an Eben Pagan seminar. Some guy got up and was saying these are good questions to ask prospects to get information from. Right,
very cool. And so for everyone that's listening and watching, sales is the most important thing in your business as far as a skill set to master that. Yeah, it's a unique thing. You know, it's not like there's college on it. There's no major in a university for sales. It's experience, and it's really becoming a student of sales. And the thing is, if you learn how to sell well, your whole business is better because you're not just selling to your prospects. You're also selling to your existing customers to upsell, stay with you, leave testimonials. You're selling to your employees the vision of your company to constantly stay with it and focus. Your vendors to work deals and maybe do co-op stuff with you on content. Yep. I mean, there's the ability to present an opportunity in the way where the walls are down and everyone sees the win-win, which should exist, or else you shouldn't sell it, right?
Exactly.
The skill set to do that helps your business in more ways than just getting a lead to close.
This is what I teach the trainers too. Every single session, every single interaction, they're selling, right? So every time we speak to anybody, we're selling.
Right, all the time.
So we all need to learn.
Right, you're selling yourself, you're selling the business, and you're even selling the client on themselves and their ability to stay with the program.
Exactly.
So guys, we talked a lot about sales today. I hope you picked up some of the sales books that we read. Can't Teach a Kid to Ride a Bike at a Seminar is a great one. Grant Cardone has a bunch of really great books as well. And I would say there's probably 1 million sales books they can pick up, but start with the ones we brought up because we've actually used them, read them, and executed on the ideas and strategies. Ian, man, thanks so much for coming on the show.
Thanks for having me.
Learned a ton.
Appreciate it.
And for those of you that weren't able to make his talk, we wanted to be able to bring the conference and the talk to you. And so for those of you watching and those of you listening, thanks so much for tuning in, and we will see you next week. Thank you so much for joining us today. If you like this episode, then subscribe to our podcast on iTunes, Google Play, or Stitcher, and to our YouTube channel to never miss an episode. You can get all the links by going to boldshow.com. Thanks, and see you next time.